Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and I was here in the craft room trying to come up with some ideas for a couple of the different journals I was working on, and I was watching videos as I was trying to think and kind of pawing through some of my stuff. Oh my gosh, I started with embossing and then stamping and all kinds of different stuff, but what I ended up making were these cute little kind of like slides, and I thought, gosh, these would be so cute. You could make them in different colors. They could go in any journals. You could make them as altered paper clips. You could use them as focal points on pockets or belly bands or whatever. So I thought I'd show you what I thought was cool about this is that I don't have die cuts, I don't have slides, I don't have my circle punch. If I try to punch a piece of paper, it only leaves a very small border when I push it into my punch. So I had to come up with something to create this, and that's kind of what I'd show you, how you can make these without anything special. Scissors, glue, whatever color inks, some odd little pieces of paper, a pencil. That's about it. So I wanted to show you how I started first. So in the past, I have shown you that I do have these pieces of cardstock. These are, I tried to come up with a size. Anyways, these are currently about 2 1/8 square. And I really like the size. So what I did is I took my cutter. You could do this with scissors, a ruler, and just measure them. Some people don't have a cutter, but if you do. So first thing we want to do is cut this to 2 1/8. Did I say 2 1/8 or 2 1/4? Let's see. We are at, right here is, oh, it's a little over 2 1/4. So let's make them 2 1/4. Easy enough. So I'm going to cut a straight edge off of this just to be sure. Okay, now I'm going to turn it and make this 2 1/4. Oh, I want it this way. Duh. Okay, 2 1/4. Okay, beautiful. Now, because I want to make them square, I can just turn it and cut 2 1/4, 2 1/4, etc., etc., etc. So 2 1/4. Okay, and this little piece I'm going to use to cut a circle, and that's going to be my template because I don't have a die cut, and I'll show you. So the largest circle punch I have is like 1 3/4, something like that. But if I put a piece of paper in there, like if I were to take one of these pieces, say I stuck that in, and I cut a circle, let me get it all the way down in there. Let me show you see how, not this side, but this is the largest, that's the largest piece I could get using this. So that wasn't going to work for me. So I cut this and I used it to cut these. So I'll show you how I did that. So I took my ruler and a pencil, kind of the long way around, but if you don't have, and a pencil, but if you don't have a die cut or a punch that gives you a larger edge, it can be done. Okay, So these are 2 1/4. So we want to go 1 1/8. So 1 1/8 from the top. I'm measuring on my ruler because my ruler has markings. If I go 1 1/8, it should be about, let's see, there's 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Okay. And then 1 1/8. So I'm guessing that that should be my center right there. Okay. And I'm going to mark that on all 3 of these, just kind of we're going to mass produce 3 of them. And there's 3. So now what I want to do is take the template that we cut, and I kind of want to just hold it over there and find what I think looks to be about the center. There's no rhyme or reason to this at all. It's really, that's exactly how I made those. I just eyeballed them. Then I drew my circle like this. Only I didn't draw that. So I'm going to do that on all of them. Like I said, I'm just kind of eyeballing what I think looks to be the center. And they do not have to be perfect, really. These are yours. So they're yours, and you can do them however you like. Okay, so that being said, then I took, and you could do it with scissors, but I started it with an X-Acto knife, which I can't cut a circle with. Okay, that's ridiculous. But I did take the X-Acto knife and I cut like a couple of times across the center and made like a pizza pie to get me started. And just don't go outside the circle. I did this with the X-Acto knife because I am not good at cutting circles. And if you look, you can tell, like, this is so uneven. I'm okay with it, but the point is it's a very uneven because I am not a good circle cutter at all. Some people just have that knack. Not this Chiquita. I do not have that knack. Okay, and one more. And I'm going to hold on to this for my template there. I may have thrown the other one in a drawer. I can't remember what I did with it. I kind of had a huge mess here with embossing stuff, and which is still over there. And papers and distress inks and oh my gosh, stamps and okay. So we've got all of our little pies cut, okay? And what that did is it gave me a starting place to cut a circle. So I'm going to go in the first one and make sure that I'm right out to the edge of there. And then I don't go right to the edge to cut that circle. I want to give myself a good starting place. So when I come back around, I'm going to have to cut that where I started. And it's okay, just take your time. This is a good activity to do when you're, watching videos or listening to podcasts, or I don't know if you do books on whatever where somebody reads the book to you. This is where I started. So it's not exact, but it's not horrible. It is not horrible. books on audio or audiobooks or whatever they are. I don't do those. I actually like to read. I just, as a matter of fact, Kirk's daughter, April, who retired from the Navy, just recently got a really good job. She got a degree in library science while she was in the Navy, and she worked as an intern in her local library and just landed a good full-time job at her library as a research librarian, which is the job she wanted all along. So she was so lucky. Anyways, I was telling her when she was here that I didn't really know how to do the whole Libby app, that library app, and that I do usually read on my Kindle. Anyways, she sat with me, and I had gotten a library card and everything, but she sat and helped me set up the Libby app, so now I can actually go online and reserve books and take out books from the library online, and then I can read them on my Kindle. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I don't do audiobooks. However, I do listen to podcasts at night when I'm trying to sleep or go to sleep. There are a couple on YouTube that your screen will turn black while they narrate, which is kind of nice. And I won't tell you what kind I watch or what kind I listen to. Yes, I will. I listen to true crime. Isn't that crazy? It's funny, my daughter-in-law does too. She likes true crime. Okay, so we got those all cut out. So now your options are endless. You can cover these and then cut out again or whatever. You can, what I did with these is I just took distress inks or distress oxides. This one was an ink and this one was an oxide, and I just colored them like that. So what I wanted to do though was kind of find some pictures to go behind them, and so I have my drawer of, oh my gosh, everything. Whew. Okay, so I kind of I have these from Cheryl Francis, these little leaf things, and I thought one of those would be really pretty. So I like that. I also have a butterfly. It's kind of big, but let me see if I can move this stuff so you can see what I have here. I have a pile of things that I know like this clock is cute, but it would not work because it's too big. And I know that's too big. What we got here? Ooh, that might be kind of cool. That might be kind of awesome. We have quite a few of these little, oh, you know what? This one's even smaller. This one might fit better in there. Oh, I don't know. I kind of really like this one. Okay, we're going to hold that one. I have all these little squares too from Louisa Heinzel's stuff. Oh, look at this one. It's not really a picture though. And I know these are going to be too skinny. Too big. But literally you can, you know, look on your digital, see if there's a picture on there that you could cut out. Oh, look at, there's a bunch of little butterflies. Oh, that might be kind of cool. If I could mount those on something. Oh my gosh, this was, I used for Ephemera. These are small pictures. You probably can't see them very well at all, but this is my dad, my sister, me, our neighbors, and down here on the floor is my brother. This is my sister for Halloween. My sister and I and my brother, and there's me. My sister was making her first communion, and my mom made me a really nice dress, so cool, huh? Oh my gosh, look at these pictures that I had left. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wouldn't that be cute? Oh, there's a koala bear. Too big. Too big, too big. Oh, I like these though. Oh, I love this one. Oh, I wish I could find something to go in there. I don't know. I don't think these butterflies would look too good in there, but I don't know. We don't know. Nope, too big. Oh my gosh, a cow. This is all the stuff I have in here, so I'm going to keep looking through here and see if I can find something, and then I will come right back. Okay, I'm back. You can't even imagine how long it took me to do this. But this is what I decided. I really, really love this. With these are different leaves than what before I had in there, but I love that one. And I kind of thought I like this bird, but I was thinking of cutting out this flower and putting it on here somewhere. So I kind of like that. And then no matter what I did, I was trying to get away from blue, but I couldn't help it. And I'm honestly, I'm a puppy person, not a kitty person, but I am loving this little kitten. So I think we're going to do those. So the next step though is to pick out what colors we want to do or how we want to work it. So I was kind of thinking that I have some paper here that I might like to put on here, like glue on there. I don't know, we're gonna try it. This is something that went through my printer and I was not successful. It was a try. Okay, so I gotta get a glue stick. And I think I'm just gonna put that right on here, maybe where this, I don't know, somewhere on there. We're just gonna put that on there. And then we will have to cut it out again. Kind of like right there, but I don't know, it's gonna have to show the outside. So let's put it right here. And let's cut it out and see what it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to move you out because I can't tell when I'm in camera this way. Yep, okay. So we're going to cut this. And we do this instead of inking and giving it a color, we're going to give it like a vintage look. I am not going to turn it over until I cut this hole out of the center. And it will be a surprise, right? So let's cut the hole out and let's see how we did. Cutting some of that cardboard, which I didn't want to cut, but okay, let's see. Oh, I kind of like it. Okay. Oh, I kind of like that a lot. I like it a lot, a lot. Oh, yes. Okay. So, I'm going to take my vintage photo and kind of go around the inside a little bit. Okay, and then we want to put this on here, but what I want is a piece of paper that's the same size. So I want to cut a piece of paper that's the same size. Do I want that off to the side or do I want that on the bottom like that? I don't know. I think I like it on the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in order, let's see, if we put this on here right at the top, and this goes to the top, I have to decide where to put this on, the leaves, like where to glue them on. And I think I like it like that. So if I like it like that, I want to hold it onto my backing, and I want to put a line where I want it to go. Okay, then we're going to glue it on there, and we don't have to do the very bottom because it's going to hang off. But I want to put this right here. Yep. And then this is going to get glued right onto here like that, and then we can trim it out. Perfect. I'm not going to use my glue stick, however, because those are cardstock. So let's use our wet glue. And I want to hold that on the top and try to, oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, then we want to trim this off. Actually, we want to trim a little further, right along the bottom of here. Like that. I love it. We're going to go ahead and distress it. These would be so cute as altered paper clips or focal points. Really cute. And I'm not going to decorate yet, okay? Like I put a couple of extra things on these right here. I'm not going to do that yet. Let's get the other ones on first. Okay, so the reason I put a backing on this was that the picture was not wide enough, but this picture, let's see, it's close. It's not quite, but I'm going to cut this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. No, I better mount it. I'm afraid that if I don't mount it, when you go to make something out of it, you'll struggle. This way, there's no struggling. We're just going to make it the same size as the front, and that'll be that. And I'm just using a blank index card. Then we need to pick a color for this. Okay, and we want to maybe put that flower on there. So if we put this in here, like this. I did the same thing. Were you guys telling me, Tommy, don't do that? Tommy, don't do that. Oh my goodness. I cut it the same size. The whole point was to cut it the size of that. Okay, let's try it one more time. My goodness. You know, that's just how it works though. That's how okay, so now we want to put this in front. And I think I want to cut it like that. Yeah, because I wanted the back the same size as the front. Duh. Okay. These I can stamp, that I cannot, so keep that. Okay, so we want that like that, and I'm thinking that I want to maybe kind of fussy cut this. So for the background of this right here, what color should we use? I don't have a whole lot of different colors. I wonder if we should use a speckled egg or whatever that kind of green is. Weathered wood, speckled egg. Let me look. it's got, I can't tell what color, so let's just look at this color. These are Distress Oxides, and what I want to do is, if I bring it up close, maybe you can see, there is a little bit of a green bluish tint in there. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, but I need this one to see what color we got. Oh, I do like that one too. I think we're going to go with this one. Speckled Egg. How appropriate. I had to get a sponge. Okay. So we can take these out for now. And we are just coloring it. And I'm putting like 2 coats going around twice. See what we think. I think we like it. Okay, so like I said, that was Speckled Egg, Distress Oxide. I think we need to use our vintage photo to go around the inside of this real quick. Okay, then we want to go ahead and glue this onto this. Oh, I love this. Okay, we want to glue that on. Oh, how pretty. That's very pretty. And I want to go around the outside of this with vintage photo because I want the outside to stand out as well. Love it. And then somewhere around here is our flower. Oh, there it is. Is our flower. We want to make sure that the sides of this are not white. Looks like this needs to get trimmed just a smidge. There we go. Okay, and then we want to put this on, and I kind of thought if I put it right over here, it kind of covers up the fact that I don't have his tail on there. Okay, so we're going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Well, you know what? I'm going to hold off a sec. Let's do this kitty one, which we don't need to really put anything on there. So let's go ahead and glue this. We want to pick a color for this first though. what if we did pink? What if we did Victorian velvet with, because it's got some pink in it. Let's try it. That'll give us a bunch of different colors, right? Oh, I think that's cute. Oh, I like that. Very cute. Okay, so we're a little bit smaller, but I think we'll be okay. So we just stay right inside the very edge. Oh my gosh, so cute. Okay, let's see how much time we got. We're at 40. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do some decorating. Let me pick out some stuff and I will be right back. Okay, so I picked out a couple of little tags here, and I actually cut the bottom off of the little piece that was hanging here and made 2 edge corners here that we're going to glue on. And then I thought, this is just a regular little label thing, and I thought, what if we cut this in half and made it corners, right? Like that, and like this. I love it. And then maybe we could put this one right here, and then we'll change this one out to go on here. Actually, I don't like that one on there anyways. But let's, I want to, and this one here, I want to go ahead and use my Distress ink. And then we will, I just want to distress that edge because I can go back around the outside again if I need to. Let's go ahead and put these on. Not even sure I'm on camera here. Kind of like that there though. Just going to cut the corners off just a hair. Okay, there's that one. And we can, when I use them in a journal, I can add to it or whatever I want to do, like add more decorations on them. These are just basics to give you some ideas. But I just love this. I can't believe I started out. I have more stuff out, embossing stuff. It's all right over there because I was like, what can I make? And as it is, none of these will really fit in that journal that we're doing. So I need to make a couple more, I think. So I'd like to make them as altered paper clips. Okay, I gotta have something on here though. It's driving me crazy. What about something like this? See what we have. I like that one. That one's going on. That was easy enough, huh? Okay, there's that one, and then we just have to glue this one on. And I want this to go towards the bottom like that, and I would like this to go, I think I like that, so I'm going to cut this and I'm going to glue it, but then I'm going to cut it off. I like it sticking off the edge. I mean, I don't want it sticking off the edge, but I like it not all the way over the bird. We'll do that. Then we will put this one on. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll try it and understand. I think the cool thing is we were able to do it with no die cuts, no punches, just us. Let me put this way. Beautiful. That flower covers up the fact that we cut off the bird's tail. And you know what? I have an idea. I have this text stamp. What if we stamp a little bit on this guy with this? Oh, I love it. There you go. Okay, let me put these away and we'll come right back and wrap this up. Okay, we're back. And this is what we created. These were the two that I created off camera when I was trying it to see what to do. Oh, and I was going to say, this came off a cabinet card that I have in my, I think it's in my coffee shop. And this was what was on the bottom of the cabinet card. So that's how I decorated that. And I could add something else. This one here, this piece of paper right here is a little tiny piece of pattern tissue that I had in my drawer. So I put that on there. I'm not sure where that came from. Anyways. And this cacti is a small condensed version of something from Crafty Cat. And then these are the three that we made today. So we made this one. And what I think is cool with this one is we actually cut one of our little stamped elements in half and made corners out of it. I thought that was pretty cool. And this one I think is way cute. And we just used the piece of this picture that was hanging down. I cut that off and then I cut little diagonals to make corners. And this one, I want to cut this off, but I wanted to show you. So I'm going to just cut this off right here. There. And then we will just distress that edge. And this one has got the bird, and we used, I think, speckled egg to color it. This was on the bottom of the graphic, and then we just stamped on it. So there you go. And I can think of a lot of different uses. Like I said, you could make hidden paper clips. They can be focal points. They could actually be, let me see if I don't have my journals right here, but you know, you could put a couple of them together, make corner tucks. You could put them on something, make a corner tuck. So many different things. I love them. I hope you did too. Thank you to my subscribers for watching, past, present, and future. If you're new to the channel and you've made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. We'd love to have you. And ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new content. And I think that's it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, stopping by. Please leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.